So John, if we can start with the announcement that Sam Hallas is going to be the vice-captain for the 2020 season, what were the thoughts behind that decision?
Well, obviously we had Steve Crossley and Elliot Minchella leading us last year, and Steve's still with us and he's doing a fantastic job, and obviously Elliot's is left to go to Hull Kingston Rovers, and we wish him all the best with regard to that. But we needed someone, I feel, in the circumstances required for this season. We need someone who's tough, who's hard-working, who's wholehearted, and who never gives up. And for me, if you're going to summarise Sam Hallas, that's what you've got. So I believe that Steve and Sam will complement each other, and I think there'll be a tremendous captain and vice-captain sort of leadership group that they will, with the other senior players, will take this group of players forward.
It's fair to say someone who absolutely lives and loves the rugby club. You know, you've cut him off and he bleeds red, amber and black as well. That must have been a part of the decision.
Well, very much so, yeah. I mean, I just love his attitude, you know. I mean, when he re-signed, I mean, his things were to me, well, I aren't re-signing to avoid relegation, I'm re-signing to get in the playoffs. And you just think, well, I just love that attitude. I love, first of all, the positivity, secondly, the belief, and thirdly, the desire to do so. And that's the reason he's vice-captain, and that's the reason why he'll do a great job.
I think he's only 23 years of age, but you do see a lot of leadership qualities in him out on the field over the last 12 months especially. He seems to have grown. He's one of the longest serving players, but he seems to have grown into a real leader in this team. I
agree with you. You see them on the field, but I mean, really importantly for us in our training environment, you see, in the gym, he's always leading, he's always pushing himself and trying to lift the heaviest weights. When we get out on the field, his standards are very, very high indeed. And obviously just around the joint, he's always picking up people who perhaps just let their standards slip, and it doesn't require the coaches to pick them up, because Steve or Sam pick them up and straight away identify that. So I'm really pleased with Steve, really pleased with Sam, and really pleased with the others we have appointed to the leadership group, because I believe they will add a lot of value to us as a playing squad.
You mentioned the leadership group. There is some still experience in the side, you know, like Reece Evans. And
Connor
Farrell as well. You know, there's plenty of experience still for Sam to lean on as well.
Oh, exactly right. Yeah, plenty of players who've got lots of games at this level or above under the belt, and are quality individuals as well. You know, and you've got to have George Flanagan in there as well. You know, George is a different type of leader to the others, and if you want a time bomb throwing in and a bit of dynamite and some explosions, George will do that. And you know, and it adds to the lot. You don't want this similar throughout, and those five will be leading us. And as I say, at the head of that leadership group, there is Sam Hallas and there's Steve Crossley, who I know will do a fantastic job.
We're sort of approaching the end of the second week back pre-season training. How's it been so far?
It's been great, yeah. They're really applying themselves very well. It's been very tough. There's a lot of sore bodies. There's a lot of bodies being pushed to the limit, but that's what you get this time of year, you know, and that's what you've got to do, because obviously in season you can't make the strength gains and the size gains that you're hoping to make in sort of off season. So it is really tough. It's long hours, there's a lot of volume in the training as well, and there's a lot of intensity, but it's required, and that's what we'll do. If that's required, that's what we'll do in order to be successful in 2020.
We're around 6 weeks away from the first pre-season friendly. This is going to be a time we really see the players step it up, build that intensity, and look to earn a spot in those fixtures.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you know, what we're going to do over the fixtures that we've got in pre-season, everybody will get an opportunity to stake their claim, which I think is only right. But obviously the first game's against a team I have a great affinity with, you know, Castleford down at the Jungle, and I want us to give a good account of ourselves, so that will certainly be a factor in my sort of selection process. But also the biggest factor will be how they've applied themselves in pre-season and how they've improved during pre-season, and we'll be also looking at the different combinations as well. So it'll be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to Boxing Day and the other pre-season games, but more importantly the first game in the early part of February.